Welcome.
First and goal. Mahomes swings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City! Ready, down! Put.
Hello? You play to win the game. I don't want winners. I want people that want to win.
It's the play call sheet.
Yeah, we look special in here. Hold on. Tell them, Coach. You know what time it is.
Come on. Who is that?
Coach back. What's good?
What's up, Coach?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? Feel good to be back in this bad boy, man. Miss y'all.
Let's go. I was hyped. I saw that message earlier. I was like, yeah. I was outside that scream. Motherfuckers thought I was crazy.
How my brother's doing, man?
God bless, man. We good, man. How you doing, man?
I'm making it, bro. I'm making it. Another
Coach
day,
is
another dollar.
Let's go.
Back in the house.
You looking good, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Can't say I feel good, but I'm in this bad boy.
There we go, Coach.
Damn it, Bobby. And Ant. Just Dominic, who never shows up. That's it. The only one we got.
That's right, Bobby. We starting on time.
Hold on, we got a little uptick. You know, we're still in the 30s, so it's kind of on the cusp of being early. So shout out to us for not only being early, but
for us, we're like a day early. If that's the case, like this is crazy. We're never here at this point. I usually scroll into the backstage right about now. We got all four of us up here.
Even Will was early.
Yeah,
That's true.
I heard Coach is coming back. It's about that time.
Inspirational, Coach.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Appreciate y'all, my brothers.
You already. We missed you, bro. Good to have you back.
Miss y'all too, man.
We still killed it because we knew you was watching. We couldn't slack off.
Oh, yeah. Coach was killing it in the comments, bro.
Big bro was watching.
I didn't have to be very PC in the comments.
It's funny when that camera shut off and your name is just a little picture of you where you can say a lot more shit when you
Absolutely.
keeping it PG gangster.
Yeah, man. It was fun. It was fun. The past few weeks we've been having a good time on the show, man. So yeah, we definitely appreciate Coach coming back. So man, let's get into some NFL news here. Because NFL is back. We got training camp going on everywhere. All the teams are back.
All season,
I think the pads came on today for just about everybody. So real deal practice.
and off.
We still talk about practice.
Our first game Thursday, right?
First game Thursday, Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there we go. Hall of Fame game was on Thursday.
It's the best time of the year.
So one of the big off-season topics has been about contracts, and we needed people wanted to get paid, right? Because everybody wants to get paid, right?
Absolutely.
So
Play to win the get. Nah. We play to get paid, y'all. Come on.
So now we had a couple dudes who they didn't hold out. They kind of held in just a little bit.
They
We talked about it last week, but hey, it paid off for them because that's right. People got paid. Yeah. They got paid. Let's start off with this young man who got paid. Tua got $212 million 4-year contract extension. So $167 million in guarantees. There you go. Hey, Bobby wants to get paid too. How can Bobby get paid like this?
That's the trades. No,
But yeah, what you guys think about the deal, man? Too. What you think?
Man, smiles. I'm smiling because I actually in the 2020 draft, everybody was talking about this QB, that QB. Now I was on the Justin Herbert train. I'm highly on Justin Herbert. You know, probably less more today, but I was high on him coming into the draft. The second guy I was interested in, people realized that I have a little bit of hate for Joe Burrow, so Tua was second. So shout out to the man for getting his bread. There's been some difficulties, problems. I mean, we thought the man's career was over, you know what I'm saying, up in Cincinnati, you know, on that chilly night. But when you look at QBs and how they're paid, how they're scaled, you can't take away that when he's active and when he's playing, they're winning games at a clip that they haven't probably won since like the mid-2000s. In that case, the team seems to be in sync without him. Yes, like other QBs, he has his difficulties and has his weaknesses. But just about every QB in the game does, you know? But at the end of the day, QBs are getting paid at a scale. And for this class particularly, everybody getting paid. All those guys that was first round is about to eat. Tua's eating, man. Shout out to him, man. He'll be in Miami blue for a little bit longer. So shout out to him.
What I took from this was we be on it, man. We said they had to pay him. So there's going to
48 hours for it to come up?
Yeah.
That's what we do.
And we actually have been saying that since playoffs, and we knew when it was coming. Like right after the Super Bowl, we talked about that. But yeah, I think they had, like I said, they had to do it. He got a lot, but like Ant pointed out, I think it's front loaded.
That seems to be the norm now, though.
Yeah,
front loading and taking the risk, which makes sense.
Especially
because it's all about the guaranteed money anyway, right? I mean,
right. Yeah.
NFL contracts are pretty much monopoly money until you look at the guarantees.
100%.
And so if he got all his guarantees in the first 2 years, I mean, good on him.
But also that means you have no job security long term.
Right.
Because that's the point of front ending it, because then the back end is easier to trade.
If it's 167 million guaranteed for the first 2 years, I'm good with that.
Win. No, you take that and run. Every time. Don't look back. So yeah. Yeah, look, he got his bag. And not for nothing, you know, I don't do the deserve thing. I won't get into deserve. They're scaled like Juke said. But he definitely took the beating for it. Right? Like he didn't play as many games as we'd like. But look, they could be in a situation where they're paying that much money to a guy like Kyler. At least he loves football and he's on the field now. They could do a lot worse than this. But yeah, this is a 2-year deal. And if you're not that guy at the end of 2 years, you won't be the guy for the following 2 years.
Right.
We speak on the key last year was for the season before for him was obviously playing. I mean, the injury,
just being alive, yeah, right. Live.
Guess how many games Tua played last year?
15, 16?
17 games.
He played every one of them bitches.
17 games. So it kind of went to the flow where they wanted to see that. They wanted to see if he could stand up. And he was able to stand up. So shout out to him. Now this year, it's deliver in the biggest games that you're ever going to play in type of situation. And that's just about, like I said, with every QB, you know, not named Patrick Mahomes in the NFL. You got to win the big game. That's what everybody wants you to do. But in terms of the marketing scale, we got to realize, guys, some guys are going to get paid. Some guys are going to get overpaid. And there may be some guys that get underpaid.
So, speaking of which, I know we talked about this before, but my stance has changed a little bit, so I'm going to bring it back. Brock Purdy. My initial stance was he was on the list of guys where you just got to do it, right? One of the reasons you guys had even brought it up when we first talked about it was just because of the system and who it is. And I've actually kind of come around because of these deals. I don't know that the Niners want to do this in 2 years. I don't know that they're going to want to call it. He's got to really jump in the next 2 years for them to want to do this. Like to pay, I know that's kind of the running rate now for your first contract as a franchise quarterback, but I don't know if they can convince themselves that it's not the system and not him enough to pay him $200+ million. So that's going to be a fascinating story that we're going to be covering moving forward for the next 2 years. I'm giving you a 2-year preview of what we're going to be covering, just letting y'all know.
So where would you slot him in at?
So look,
if Tua got 212, I mean, where's Brock Purdy get?
that's tough. So more success than Tua, but is it his success or team success? I think he's going to end up right around the Tua number, or maybe he'll get a little more because obviously every year it jumps a bit. Who's up next year? Is it next year Herbert? Yeah, it's gonna be difficult.
No, I mean Herbert just
he just did his.
right?
Yeah. Who's
hold on. So hold on.
Someone's coming up.
I just said Joe Burrow.
Burrow's
paid.
He got paid?
Joe Burrow got paid, correct?
I believe so.
Yep,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert,
Yep.
who actually was Tua before Justin, I believe, in terms of draft position. Herbert and then Jordan Love. Those guys are all in the same draft and they all just got paid.
Is Trevor next up?
No, Trevor just got paid. Check. Here's the list here from over
Goff
the cap.
got his, Herbert got his, Lamar got his, Hurts got his, Kyler got his, Watson. All these people got it.
Right.
Big deal.
So all these people are done for now. So
Look at Mahomes. That's hilarious.
Kirk Cousins has got
Stafford
paid.
just redid his deal too.
He did.
Yeah.
It's Dak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is where the line starts.
Yeah, Dak's the next one. And then Aaron, if he decides to stay, will be another one. Who cares about Carr?
I mean, but hey, he's gonna get in that line too. Eventually.
He been getting the back of that motherfucker. I'll tell you that right now.
Because that's part of the argument, right? Is we look at it as quarterback skill. According to skill, this is how you should rank on this list. That's not necessarily how it happens. Because what happens is I'm next, so I would like to go to the top of the line, please. The top of the list. And
the
then
market gets set, and then
right. And that's the way the market is. The market goes up year by year because the salary cap goes up year by year. So if you're next, you go up to the top of the list, not necessarily because you're a good quarterback, the best quarterback on the list, but you're next. And once you have a quarterback that has a certain skill level, then he's due that money. That's just the way it is.
Every
so
time.
Do you agree with that?
I agree. That's why I said the market's always gonna make you solve these problems. If you pay attention to anything other than the game, you will see this. And the way the performance is everybody's not gonna win a playoff game for you. Everybody's not gonna win Super Bowl. We all know this. But overall, for your franchise, sometimes getting 9 to 11 wins is good for a franchise. The money continues to go in for a little bit. Now, if you're just a dud, and then you're in the shitty city anyway, money's going to be lost. But for the most part, that's just the way it is.
That's what I was going to say, and I was waiting to say that. Kirk just is a genius. Well, really, his agent needs to be the only agent because that man will be everybody be rich. That dude has timed it right every single time. He didn't just bet on himself. He bet on himself based on how the market was going to change. Every time he was up for a contract, it was like a new market was already being set and that he was going to be added into that. Yeah, he's playing chess, not checkers.
I
think he got used to betting on himself because those 2 years Washington franchised him.
Tagged him. He's like, this kind of works for me. He's like, I just come out here and shit on y'all for a year. I don't got to win no playoff games, and I just keep getting big deals. And I can do this all day.
Dog. We're going to talk a little bit about Purdy later. I'm going to throw a sidebar in. I'm going to leave it for you guys to let it marinate because y'all guys probably don't even know what I'm going to bring here. But we got some. I'm going to give my take on Purdy later. I got a new take too, Will. I got a new take too.
You ain't supposed to tease your coworkers.
I have to tease y'all. I don't want to make it the longest segment what it is, but I'll give it to y'all.
We got a private chat.
2022 NFL Draft. There was no QB selected in the second round. The first QB drafted was in the 3rd round. Guess who that QB was?
You said 2002?
2022.
22. Lance. Trey Lance.
No, they went up.
Desmond Riddler.
The Riddler.
Oh yeah.
He's in San Diego now, right?
Huh?
Is he in San Diego now?
Yes.
San Diego.
Guess who was the second
LA,
QB
bro.
drafted?
Back up near you.
There was no QBs really drafted in this draft. Guess who was the second QB drafted? Sam Howell.
Yeah.
The
that was
third QB drafted. The 3rd QB drafted. Skylar Thompson. I think he played for he got drafted to the Dolphins.
He dropped that name like he was killing.
Purdy
Right,
is
like
Mr. Irrelevant. No. Purdy's Mr. Irrelevant in this draft. But the draft is so shitty that you can go to that market and be like, well, you was the best one in that market. But for Purdy's stance, if he keeps improving,
I see the
they're going to have to give him, and then they wait. They're going to have to pay that man.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm a GM, that'd be a good ass way to approach it. If you're an agent, but I'd be pissed. Like, yeah, but like that's like Michael Carter Williams won Rookie of the Year. So what? That class was awful. Like
that class was shitty. Well, if he looked at it like, damn, this draft that produced nothing, I'm a guy at least that, from the bottom, I rose all the way to hell. Even though I got a better team, but year by year, hopefully he shows more. Which he's been doing. And
did Howell go to Seattle?
Yes, he did.
Really?
Yeah.
That was news for me. When I saw that, but
that's crazy, man. I was just reading that the whole time y'all was speaking. I was paying attention, but I was looking at that 2022 draft because Will mentioned Trump, and I've never really dissected when he was. Obviously, we know when he was drafted, but
this is why I say I've been pitching this segment for Mad Low. We gotta do redrafts. It'll be a fun set of redrafts. Yeah. Based on what we know now, how would they go in the draft?
Right.
Because Brock's top 3, top 4 pick at this point, right? Top 5 pick. Even though we think it's the system.
You got to remember that next off season, bro.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we can do that, whatever.
Yeah, definitely can.
But yeah, you're right. That is an off-season topic because we won't have news. I did say it, but I think I just said it to Coach one day.
Like you said it to yourself in the mirror one morning.
No,
I'm gonna bring that up.
That as well, but
this is why I send so many messages in the chat. I just think it and then I text it. See, then that way everybody has it. That's what you got to do, Will.
They'll be like, hear me out. Pickle sombreros. Like, what is happening?
Give me some good stuff in there. You just got to find it.
You gotta weed through.
They all can't be winners.
Nah, it'd be weird. No, you supposed to. You gotta. That's why the great ones are even greater. You're like, yo, remember the last one, but this one's fire. Like,
all right, continuing the money train.
Jordan
Love.
Another one off the list. I need a whiteboard of shit that definitely is gonna happen.
I mentioned the whole 2020 draft class first rounders are all paid.
Yep.
Money.
So that's a $220 million contract for Jordan Love here. So, Coach, good investment.
Who's the next guy to break the ceiling on the salary, like to set the market again? I feel like Stroud's gonna do some damage to whatever's happening.
Nah,
that is the next one.
Be Dak next off season.
You think? But he's next up. But like, how do you pay him?
Not here. I don't think he's. I think he plays for another team next year.
Oh shit.
So would you be willing to give him his Jordan Love contract?
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
like the whole contract is word for word. Jordan Love contract for Dak right now. He wouldn't do it.
Oh, would I pull the trigger on it?
Yeah.
Would you pay Dak Jordan Love money? Yeah, that's a bargain right now. That's a bargain right now because once he gets into that room, they actually have enough ammo to pitch more than that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you would pay that immediately.
This is another we had to give him that money situation. We mentioned this as well.
Coach don't think so.
For
Green Bay? Oh,
For
Green
Green
Bay?
Bay?
Yeah, no, for Dak.
Yeah, for Green Bay. Yeah, like Coach said, with Dak,
Green
it's
Bay
a whole
had
different thing. But it's kind of a situation about Dak anyway, man. The same way you got the same way you got us, the same way you lose her. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what's happening in this situation.
Yes.
But Jordan Love, the Packers had to do this. The Packers marinated him for so many years behind Aaron Rodgers and dealt with his bull crap. That at the end of the day, man, this is the services to him. Shout out to the young man on getting the deal. It's going to be a lot to, cover. This year is the year that now people say, hey, they got a year script now. He was obviously able to do some things, especially the intel last year, was able to do some awesome things.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see with this year where the offense is truly this offense, which been his, it's truly his now. You don't have the running back no more, Aaron Jones. So now you're going with Jacobs. And then you got your receivers from last year. This is basically like your offense now.
Wow, you can get out of this at year 4.
This is your offense.
Love?
Yeah, you can get out of that.
This is his
2027, you can get out of that. 22 million dead, that's not that bad. We've seen worse than that.
Bad. Yeah.
We've seen worse than that, that's what I'm saying. We've seen worse than that real recently.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Russ.
22 million, that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, like me and Tu was saying, and Coach and everybody, he was on the list. You had to do it list.
2029 is when he gets traded to the Jets, right?
Possibly.
Yeah, if we're gonna continue to, I think it's actually going to be like 2033 after another contract. Then it happens. But yeah, also, I hope he plays well. I think he will. I think he's gonna be a good player. But like, if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna still laugh because you shot yourselves in the foot, Packers. You put yourself in a spot. You put yourself in a spot where
Behind you, Rodgers.
You only got to see 1 year of him before the talks had to start. Also, I forgot. They didn't have to do this. They could have played it out. He signed for this year.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to do this right now. Which means they believe.
No, they got the you know what the game is. Ticket sales, season ticket holders. That's what got this deal done quick because you don't want to go if you're a season ticket holder in Green Bay. And Jordan Love's holding out. Jordan Love's not playing. And he's not playing because he wants his cash. And it's crazy because after he signed his contract, he was on X and he had shot a video like, yeah, man, I got the money now, back to playing. So obviously we all know that he was not playing for the money. He wanted his bread now.
I got a question.
In his mind, he waited too long, he feels, and he got to play a year. And even if that was a sample size for them, hey, this is what Green Bay kind of structures in their quarterbacks, man. This is their community service.
Yeah, Green Bay does quarterbacks the way Pittsburgh does coaches. They line up their perfect plan of succession every time, and they aren't disappointed when they make that decision. So they do it
after a certain point in time. Absolutely, Will. You agree with you.
I got a question for y'all. Mm-hmm. Do you think as a GM or as a franchise, there is more pressure running a team that is basically publicly owned like Green Bay or less?
Oh, that's less. Yeah.
Right, because that's what I feel. But I feel like some people will say it's more. But I feel it's less because it's like, where the fuck they're going to go? Like, y'all ain't got nothing to do here. Y'all go be like, this is y'all invested in this team because this is all Green Bay has. So
there's still a structure that you have to answer to and everything like that.
Yeah, like you can get fired.
Like there's still like a head guy in charge, right? But it's got to be less, and especially in that market, it's a small market, so it's the questions from the media aren't like insane. Like you'll get stuff from the New York media, and it'll be really it's a lot of pressure, a whole lot of media, so.
And and they get it, and they make it ugly. And Green Bay and them make it uglier to the point where the fans just loves, like, say, instance, like a Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers so much, so that when he starts turning, and it's like even for bad or worse, the fans are still stuck because you grew up loving them. You don't want to hate somebody you started loving. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you got to go. But Green Bay always holds on to that final moment, and then they end up having to go give this guy this money because. Though he was drafted 4 years ago, this guy's been riding the bench and being a successor of mine. Now he's here and he gives you a little something, and you're like, God damn it.
But that's like the NFL in general, though, right? Like they wait till the last minute to sign all these contracts.
Kansas City didn't.
And actually, they didn't really either. They had like I said, they had a year. They didn't have to do it now.
I mean, the reigning MVP had to wait till the 11th hour to get his contract.
That's what happens when you want $500 million.
The only reason why he had to wait till the 11th hour to get his deal because that was a different. To me, it was like the set of the breed for these type of contracts. Like this guy, but there's always going to be a 1%, 2% question of should we pay this guy this much? But the world's like, damn, 98% of the world's like, damn, you better give Patrick this money for what we see him doing. You know what I'm saying on the field?
I don't care if it was Jesus Christ himself. I'm going to take to that last hour if I'm giving you $500 million.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
right. Bingo.
Sorry, Lord. Your boy got to wait. You got to do due diligence, man. Giving this man $500 million. That's crazy.
All right. The next story we have is it's a bad one. It's the injury bug. This is the worst part about camp. Injuries happen. So this time the injury bug struck in Dallas. It's Sam Williams, who suffered a torn ACL, MCL.
Don't do that.
So he's done. Coach, this was supposed to be one of your rotational guys, pretty much.
Actually, potentially they will look for him to potentially start. I think he had 5.5 sacks last year.
Okay.
And he was a part-time player. So he showed a lot of upside.
Right.
But he's behind Dorrance Armstrong and Fowler. So he didn't get a lot of playing time. They're both in Washington now. It was his year to step into place and and get a little bit of that full-time action. And it's like I say, it's real unfortunate, man, because he was going to be in there to help with the rotation to take the pressure off of Micah to have to keep him from playing the edge. Micah's been playing a lot more in linebacker already in preseason.
Okay.
So it totally sidebars everything possible.
Okay. So you think we're going to see more Parsons back at in the edge, or we're going to look for a veteran, or what do you think the plan is?
They might try to look for a veteran. From my understanding, we talked about him a little bit during the draft. Nealon.
Nealon's been impressive.
The rookie coming in, they say he's been flashing already, and they say he plays very violent, which is what they need.
Yeah.
But he's a rookie.
Y'all need that dog in you.
But so I think it's more of a tank replacement than anything.
Well, if you're gonna need him, then just put him out there and just let him do the one thing: pin his ear back and go.
Right. Best
thing you can do. You don't want him in coverage.
Nah,
not now. Maybe
which
not.
What Dan Quinn did. He dropped the defensive end.
This is a blow, man. This blows, man. This blows early, man. Damn, it's always the butt of the joke, I guess. But a lot of people weren't making jokes, so But in all, injuries are no joke. But nah, this is bad, man. Especially when it's your team. This blows, man. To start the offseason off, man. This man is supposed to be a pivotal part of the defense. We lost some few guys over the Dan Quinn and the Commanders. So this hit hurts, man. So hopefully that whoever is the next man up, what I'm saying, can show some promise as well, man. Which sucks for Williams because now next year, if this person that's behind you is good, you're gonna have to compete next year. But and say it's all get healthy and what I'm saying, and hopefully you can get back on the field strong.
Yeah, this kid was 6'4", 255 of solid muscle. He had time to grow into his body. So it's unfortunate. He's out of Ole Miss, I believe. But hey, good luck to him on his recovery. Next man up already. Sucks.
Well, at least better this happens earlier than later.
Yeah, kind of like Overshawn.
Aaron Rodgers.
Everybody forgot about him, didn't you? We'll know I did.
I know I didn't too. I've been waiting.
Yeah, is this a way to short Micah Parsons some couple million?
Good luck. That man's getting every penny. Ain't no way you gonna stop that.
Mike, you already know how I feel about Micah.
I mean, if you're not playing full-time pass rushing role,
let's microphone talking, Micah, and let's get in this game, dog. Because I swear, if he's like Ant says, if he dominates and shines, then that's good for us in a sense. So hopefully he can do that. But I don't really care if he bankrupt the Cowboys. That's gonna be my team. They bankrupt players or not bankrupt players, but we know they be trying to shab plays. We know how Dallas do it. But
when he dominates, he dominates in the backfield, tackling the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And so we're talking about doing less of that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do less of that, you're gonna have less on the stat sheet. Therefore, it's less production. Therefore, less money.
Yeah, that's great in theory.
But it's more beneficial for Dallas to play him at defensive end versus at linebacker.
Yeah.
I literally, if the Cowboy, if I'm his agent and the Cowboys try to say that to me, oh, like look, his numbers are down. I'm just gonna play the tape of him burning Tyreek Hill in the race. Like, y'all still really believe this shit? Like, it's not. There's nothing.
He beat Biggs yesterday.
Crazy. Crazy. Like, yeah, just give him all the money.
A couple. So as far as like the guys who are in camp right now, Nealon, Fihoko, who was drafted, I think he was drafted this year, and then Chauncey Golston, who's been there for a while. If you can't get anything out of them, then you got the likes of Yannick Ngakoue, Carl Lawson, Charles Harris, Tyus Bowser, Marquise Haynes, Rasheem Green, Marcus Golden, Shaq Lawson. But the one that I'm actually intrigued about from a veteran standpoint, and just to help bring the young guys along, Justin Houston.
I mean, that would be ideal. He didn't look great last year, but he can still make some plays.
That'd be crazy.
But in Will McClay, I trust he's going to find the right man.
Yeah, he might bring in two guys for the low and let them battle it out. Yeah, I need some depth now, though, for sure.
I think Micah, if anything, that's the holdup because, yeah, they ain't sure on Dak. CD might get his money, but if you're front loaded, they are trying to be. They're being cheap because they know they're gonna have to roll up the Brinks truck for Micah.
Yeah, Mike is on the list, fellas. He's on the list. Gonna get his money. Gonna get his money.
So, two, I got a question for you. I know you probably ain't gonna like it. You know, I'm on again, off again. I'm lukewarm when it comes to Dak. The reason why I say I don't think he's gonna be here next year, just some of the comments he's made about
I heard it.
Say again.
I heard it.
What'd he say?
Pretty much, it's sometimes you got to go elsewhere. There's nothing wrong with having to play for another team. Listen to the way he's talking about his contract and the possibility of not being a Cowboy versus Micah's comment that came out yesterday. They are night and day.
Well, one of them knows he's on the list. Is all I'm saying.
Because Micah talked about how he sees how the community treats the Michael Irvin, the Emmitt Smiths, the Charles Haley's, and then he seems to embrace when Charles Haley comes in and talks to him about being leaders and things like that. And he understands where if he can bring a Super Bowl here, where he's going to be at. He's already talked about he's going to build his permanent home here. He don't plan on leaving Dallas. Versus Dak is like, hey, if I gotta leave, I gotta leave. But the part that kind of pisses me off is, I get you, Dak. You want to get your money and stuff like that, but let's pull the curtain back a little bit. You put up great numbers, absolutely you do. During the regular season, when it comes to playoffs, yeah, I can't put it all on you. The defense looked horrible last year. But you got to remember, at what point in time did the defense start looking bad? When you started throwing picks and put them in awkward positions, which you kind of do from time to time, and you get the dumbfounded look that's on your face. Now, when you look at him compared to a Patrick Mahomes, when they came out and said, hey, Patrick, you won all these Super Bowls. Do you think you're underpaid? He's like, no, not really. I signed the contract that I signed, but he knows he gets money on endorsements. He knows that he's still getting paid, but they're able to put more talent around him. Whereas that comes out and says, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. We won't be here at this point.
Yeah, but I gotta hit you with the yeah, but. The yeah, but is is if I'm Dak, I'm not watching Brock and these dudes get paid more than me. Kirk Cousins, he's the white me. We're not doing that. We're gonna pay me if we're gonna pay them. Somebody will pay me.
This is what stories end like sometimes, and it's the worst part, man. That came into the city, with basically nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? And he gained just about everything and much more. And it's tinted with the Cowboys. If this is his last season, he did a lot not only for the organization but for himself. In terms of just like, we were supposed to be in rebuild mode, like real rebuild mode. We ended up still being contenders with him here as a 4th rounder. So if he has to go to another team, it's about now the fans are turning their backs on him. They're blaming him. He's on the side of the pillow he never felt before. Even with the injury he sustained, he still was getting love. But eventually that love wears down when every year you're in the Magic Kingdom, as Will calls it. I'm going to call it the Magic Kingdom, not the club. You're expected to not only win, but win championships, and you're not doing that. This here seems like something that can forever turn. For me, I would love to see the ending of that, win a Super Bowl, be the longest tenured quarterback right now, win with the team that, grew him in. But this doesn't look like Coach said, something that's going to end in him being in Dallas, unless he can hoist a Lombardi. And right now, the way our team's structured right now, you can't talk about Lombardi right now. So, Dak, I feel what you're saying. I feel it all. I agree with you, Dak. Coach, may not roll with you on every bump on the road, but, man, y'all QB, man. And, hey, you've done a lot for us, man, and I can appreciate it. If you got to go, the question is, who's going to be the next one?
Tony Romo died for his sins.
Tony Romo died from his sins. Tony, I love you, man. I love you.
It's rumored that
He deserved better. He
Dak
deserved
could
better.
command a $224 million contract.
Just give him a section of the fucking nightclub.
But when he comes out and makes statements like, when you look up all the great quarterbacks I watched played for other teams.
All the people he looked up to.
Or that's a ploy.
Right.
It could just be him calling.
You got to play the game though, Coach.
Yeah, you got to be like, yo, I'm leaving. That's like when you get in a fight, like a real big fight with the wife. You like, yo, I'm out.
But at what expense?
She just lets you walk, and you be like, I'm leaving.
If you pay him, CD
really
already
going.
said he wants something in the ballpark of what Jefferson got. And then we just talked about Micah. They just give him a blank check, whatever he wants. They've already come to the conclusion they're going to lose Bland in 2 years because you're not going to be able to afford to keep all of them.
I'd sign Bland. Let Diggs walk after that.
Be real. Win or not.
By the way, this is facts. This is
For
facts
Dak.
right here.
Win or not for Dak, man. Like I said, we have to shout out to you guys. I love y'all so much.
I tell you,
we think we know everything. We all think we know everything, just about. But you learn something new every single day, and I've been able to learn from you guys each and every single day. So I'm gonna say this about Dak. Dak is the number one QB on the 2025 free agent market. That means for the QB position, he can demand the most because he's probably the man on the market. So
no denying that.
He can demand that.
Just that the Cowboys shouldn't give it to him.
No, you're right. The Cowboys shouldn't give it to him.
Especially with Trey there. At this point, run with Trey. You could pay Trey about half of what you're gonna have to pay.
Trey been looking bad, they say, in preseason.
What can you do? What can you do?
Here's my thing. You might have to run with him, but you got to look up what that frees up if Dak walks out the front door.
That's
You're
what I'm
looking
saying.
at $55 million right off the top.
You're gonna have to pay Trey, but he didn't do anything. So I'm not gonna pay him much. So,
But like you just said, if I'm gonna give somebody a lot of money, I'm gonna have to look at it and talk.
oh yeah, we run
it upstairs.
every test. Yeah, we do.
I think the worst thing that could have happened the year Was it last year when Dak got hurt and he missed 5 games, or the year before? That year when he missed the 4 or 5 games, and Cooper Rush came in and went 4-1. That's when they started saying,
it hurts.
He's the guy.
It hurts, but isn't he like in arena league now? Like that dude, come on, like that.
But it showed
it worked,
that McCarthy's system. Do you really got to have a top tier quarterback, or as we've talked about, and I hadn't got into a discussion with somebody today, there's talent all over their field to where you can get you a quarterback like
Jacoby Brissett.
Somebody who can just come in and not make mistakes. I don't know about that.
I'm gonna make somebody believe.
But I do agree with Anthony. If Dak leaves, I think it will be in New York.
Giants, really?
Because we are taught they can get out of Jones' contract this year.
Why would he sign up for that though? There's nobody to throw to there.
Hey, I guess he wants to get paid. I'm just gonna look at it like this.
Money, man.
Zach, if you want to be legacy, you don't get paid pretty good so far, Zach.
He's gonna be
I ain't count another man's pocket, but I'm like, look at what Brady did. Look at what Mahomes is doing. That's the new recipe in the salary cap era.
Yes, it is.
How happy you gonna be when he's a Saint, Dale?
Do it die right now. It's do or die right now because, like you said, the Justin Fields type of play could be here. We got a bunch of free agents here.
I could have told you. I'm
the wrong person to ask that.
The real reality is how good or bad do you think Dallas is going to be next season? Because if they are where they always are, that's basically early, late to late draft pick. You know what I'm saying? And in this draft coming up, projectedly, there's not a lot of QBs in projection in the top 30, 31. So you got some guys, and the Cowboys could probably find a successor in this draft. And if they're bad, they can find their successor, maybe a Ewers, you know what I'm saying, in a position where if they're bad, you know what I'm saying? But if they're mid, I mean, you can still find one if you want to, but it's crazy, man. It's gonna, I don't even want to talk about this no more.
It's a good problem to have, I think. The contracts, that is, because it shows your front office they're drafting good players, and if that's the case, you gotta lock those guys up, coach. You gotta lock up that front office.
I'm gonna play now. Here's why I say Dak is leaving. I already went over that. I'm gonna put on my two hat for a minute from a conspiracy standpoint. What if Dak is stalling on himself, not because of the money, but let's be honest, that entire coaching staff is on a 1-year contract. What if he's stalling to see
who the hell is going to be here?
Who am I going to be playing for next year?
Yeah.
Do I want to have to start over again?
Or do I want to start over again because I'm done with fucking McCarthy?
Yeah. But yes, I would take Justin Fields in a heartbeat.
Well, let's get on to our next topic here. It's real, but it's some foolishness involved because, we like foolishness, right? So right here, the Seattle Seahawks rookie has been like a victim of extortion. So here's the story. This is your guy from Texas.
Unfortunately,
Byron Murphy.
Hey, why you put me in there like that?
Yeah, Byron Murphy, coach. That's right. It's your guy. All right. So, a trans OnlyFans model has taken to Twitter, talking about Byron Murphy owing them $15,000
for some top head.
Oh yeah, this is the.
So yeah, so now this is all out there, and what's he gonna do?
I know the first thing he's gonna do is call Eddie Murphy.
How'd you get out of this twice, brother?
How'd you get out of this, bro?
He's like, it's gotta be funny as shit, bro.
This is wild, man, and this is crazy, man. This is what happens when you gotta go fish for women on the internet.
But you don't have to.
No. This is the reality of the world. that people think that athletes and celebrities don't got to, but there's some that got to or feel they have to. And it's a bad reality, but that's life right here.
Bro's
You know what I'm
carved
saying?
out a marble. He's fine. Like he's
What?
Bro's he would have did all right. He got out. Nah, what it is it's not that he can't get a date. He's looking for something specific. Clearly,
No. Then that's what I'm saying. You're
very
fishing.
specific.
You're sitting here fishing, and it's crazy. Did you meet the girl?
No, I don't think he was fishing. This was whale watching. He got what he was looking for. Like he found what he was looking for.
Oh,
Man.
well, look, the FBI is involved now, so it's serious.
Potential extortion. Supposedly, I don't know if this person or this group of people have been doing this to other players as well, and they're looking at it as extortion attempts. So,
But also, you can't call people up and say, "I want to sue this guy. He stole my cocaine." That's what this is. You if it's prostitution, if you're not legal in Vegas and shit, you can't sit there and be like, "Yo, he stole my stuff." Like you ain't what stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's more what I'm saying. Like, dude, you got caught in the raps.
Yeah, so-
If you didn't get caught in the raps, would this be a court issue? Would it be a court issue? If you didn't get caught, you can sue yourself still talking to this person. Would you have went to the court laws? No. She felt a certain way because you was doing something that she didn't tolerate, and now she's handling business, and now it gets to the court laws where now you don't want it to get out. This is 2004, man. If you don't want nothing out, you better continue to try to pursue, because now once somebody knows your secret, more likely everybody knows your secret, and that's the reality of it.
I didn't know this, boy. I feel bad.
Coach is open one of them.
He's a local kid.
How local? Javelina.
Nah, he's from DeSoto, which is right next door to where I'm at.
Oh no.
He about to come to the crib.
He's from the crib.
It's getting dark in DeSoto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, nah,
Hide
man.
your kids, hide your wife.
And and that's where I mean fishing. Will, like, this man obviously he was looking for a certain particular thing, and he went and he took the wrong fish out the ocean.
Yeah. he was looking for a particular set of skills.
My man was looking for the family.
Bro got taken. He got taken for a ride. He was looking for a particular set of skills.
Take that, boy. This evolved real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
That boy.
Okay. Well, let's get to the highlight of the show here. The absolute highlight.
It's gonna be some commercials.
What everybody wants to talk about. And that is Saints training camp.
Saints football.
That's right.
Second place
The
Saints.
New Orleans Saints. Looking pretty good out there. We had some problems with some injuries. Marshawn Lattimore is out with a hip flexor, so that's a problem. But still, the offense is picking it up, and today was highlighted by Spencer Rattler, who got the second team reps here today. And
why do you guys have Peterman on the roster? What are you doing?
I don't understand that either. Okay, I would love to have him removed from the roster.
Worst mascot.
Yes, but for some reason he's there.
Who, Nate Peterman?
Yes.
They owe him something. The NFL owes him something. He's still on the roster.
They don't owe him. No, they don't owe him. He got pictures or something because this man is a pick six waiting to happen. There's no way he should even be on a practice squad. What are you practicing? Like pick returns? Like I don't understand why would he be on any team?
My man was
Get him the fuck out of here.
My man was 3 for 4 today. Chill out.
Nah, what? They was in basketball shorts. I don't want to hear that shit.
I'm with you on this, Will. Okay, I watched this man throw 5 interceptions live. I watched it.
Even trying to do that many. Imagine.
How is he on a team? I say the same.
The real question is Spencer Rattler, man. Real talk, man. Shout out to young Spence. going out there, going early with the breeze, getting to talk at camp. This is how controversy starts. And I hope there's some controversy in New Orleans in terms of the QB position because maybe they'll better the team. So go Spencer, go.
I hope Peterman makes it a competition.
Yeah, Peterman's not. Is he the least amount of reps?
Are you serious? If Peterman made this a fight for the job, it'd be the only story we talked about.
I'm gonna do him a favor. I'm gonna do Peterman a favor. We gonna do Peterman a favor.
No,
yeah, Peterman, you need some shade.
Yeah, he needs.
We gonna give him my hat.
That boy, he need to go fishing with that hat. That's what he need to do.
He's Bonholio. That's what Bobby said. Bobby said he's Bonholio.
So Rattler Happening would go 7 for 9 today with a touchdown. He hit Olave on a slant. Look, so that's good reps with the first team there. So we like to see the rookie in there with the first team and doing well. So that's good on him. I'm hoping he's pushing for the second quarterback job. We did draft a quarterback last year from Fresno State, Jake Hayner. So him and Hayner is going to be battling it out for the number 2 job, and I'm hoping Rattler wins.
Yes, Rattler will win because the crowd will be screaming for Rattler. They won't be screaming to that Fleming Dimon guy because they wasn't screaming when he was drafted. And I watched the draft. We all watched it live. So therefore, the paper bag's going to be on him like Will Shane right now. And Spencer Rattler will be the second quarterback. Only time under 8, Spencer Rattler is the starter.
And you're saying
over
that
under 8 weeks.
You're saying that Carr will get benched due to performance?
He'll get benched due to performance and order.
Take your pick.
Oh, Spencer Rattler.
And I said that to a Saints fan, and they like I cussed their mama out. They call me all types of stuff upside and down. He will be in the start by week 8.
Like if you guys had some proof that he was bad, I could kind of take this seriously.
No. Dale, the burden of proof is on you that he was ever good. It's been years.
I'm not arguing he was good. I'm not arguing that at all. I'm just arguing he wasn't terrible. He's middle of the road quarterback, and that's how he's getting paid, and that's what you go.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Is he? Hold on. So you're telling me that if he wasn't on the Saints, you still feel like he's starter worthy? You don't feel like he's moved to the bench yet? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he didn't play terrible last year to make me want to bench him. The only time I was concerned about him was earlier in the year when he was playing hurt, and he sucked earlier in the year, and then as he got healthier, he improved. Like that's real. His stats prove it.
I never asked Mac to get benched. I want him to fuck off the team because I knew benching him's not gonna help. Who's behind him? Benching isn't the issue. Boy's not. Okay. The real problem with Carr is you shouldn't like him.
Period, point blank.
But you do.
He's
which is the only reason we're having this combo. You should actively want him to get hit by a truck because that's the only way you're going to be able to pick and get out of the hell you're in.
He's probably the number 16th ranked quarterback in the NFL. Middle of the road.
That is the exact opposite of where you want to be.
Average.
It's
with one of the highest payrolls in the NFL.
But in either direction of the spectrum, it's the exact opposite of where you want. You couldn't be doing worse to have him a middle of the road quarterback. You're gonna be 8 and 9 every year. Yes, it's not.
I respect Dale. I respect your take faithfully. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? No. I respect that you have a bit of love for Carr. But at the end of the day, we see QBs come, we see QBs go. How long have we been saying the same thing about Derek Carr? Though he hasn't done nothing crazy, but how long have we been saying the same thing about him?
Derek Carr's entire career, he's been 2 years away from being 2 years away. And that's the only problem. He has talent. He has an arm. He's actually
how long ago was it when he flashed? Now, 6 years ago now? When he flashed?
It's like every other season. He has a good year, though. Like, he'll have a good year. Last year was not horrible.
CBS Sports has Derek Carr ranked number 26.
This is rankings of what?
of quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay, that's subjective.
True.
Everything's subjective. You're absolutely right.
Well, let me ask you
This
this.
is far from the, this is closer to the truth than far from a lie.
Real quick.
All right, list the guys ahead of him, and
That's my brother right there. We're gonna start. So he's at 26. I don't agree with this one already.
Here's the exercise. Here's the exercise, though. In his position, like on that roster, instead of him, is it more wins or less wins? How about we do that?
Okay. JJ McCarthy, which I don't agree with that. I think
JJ McCarthy, we don't even know what he is now.
I think Carr should be in front of him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anthony Richardson.
I mean, if the choice is who would I take right now, it's not even close.
What has Richardson done in the NFL?
He got hurt. He doesn't have to do anything.
He got hurt.
But so unless your stance is going to get
known or the unknown, Dale.
But even unknown, the little bit we saw is still more promising than anything Carr can do.
I agree with you on that.
And here's the thing: unless your stance is Anthony Richardson definitely going to be hurt every year of his career, that's the stance, and okay, I understand. But
I mean,
statistically,
right now, it's a good bet, right? Because that's the last thing he did.
It's all going to come in the future. Something's going to happen.
His problems weren't as bad as Tua's, and Tua just fucking cashed in. So, what was it?
You can't rank any rookie quarterback, I think, ahead of him right now.
I mean, you're gonna make me fight myself if I go against that because I always say everyone's trash until you prove otherwise. But
hey,
so, I guess I just won't argue with that.
This is why we give all draft grades a C.
No, this is why you give all draft grades a C. That's your jam right there. I hate it. Even though I kind of have a similar policy, I don't like yours.
Not. Are you ready for my insurance policy? 20 years later.
Let's go, Jake from State Farm.
So Caleb Williams.
So if we're just saying who's better now, yeah, I mean, obviously, probably not. Can't really take Caleb, but
okay, Will Levis.
Moving forward,
please.
So now we're at number 22. This is where it starts getting interesting. But this also shows just how far this guy's falling. At 21, Kyler Murray.
Oh, you definitely take him over.
That's it for Carl.
And that's even with him not Call of Duty and all. Come on over here.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, you know we here for the Baker. You know me and Tuka here for the Baker.
Russell Wilson.
That's tougher. He's older. I don't want to deal with everything that comes with him. He's probably better, but I just don't want to deal with all of it. Sierra, Future, the whole shit. Geno, he can't. It's just to recreate even the season that he had that was great would be crazy, let alone doing it in a whole new place. So no, not Geno.
This one, I think this guy's cooked, in my opinion. Y'all probably gonna burn me for this.
Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
I knew it. I knew it.
Now he looked legit terrible last year.
He did.
I would take him and get him a personal masseuse.
Derek. This list may have Derek. This list can have Derek at 11. At like 17, 16, like Dale mentioned. I think 16 was his like prime spot for him. So 16 is not a bad. 16 is not a bad spot because he's like a lot of QBs on that list down. They're trying to prove something. And
no, keep going. We ain't bail him out yet. Nope.
16, Matthew Stafford.
Definitely better.
That's definitely the line.
Matthew better.
That's definitely the line.
So if we weren't sure where the line is, we can be 100% sure where that shit ends. It's right there. Nothing moving forward will he be better than at all.
15, Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence.
No, easily Sunshine.
14, Kirk Cousins.
White Dak? Yeah, we take White Dak.
13, Jared Goff.
Easily.
Yeah, he's good. He's better.
Then you got Tua at 12.
Oh, he's high.
No, this is who's high. Rodgers at 11.
Rodgers is always going to be high until he ain't high no more.
He's 48,000 years old, coming off a torn Achilles.
Listen here.
I'm not gonna argue with it.
I don't want to hear nothing about him being high. I got attacked during the tier.
I got attacked during the tier too. My man Aaron Rodgers is gonna be on somewhat of the top until he ain't on the top no more, dog. Shout out to my man Aaron Rodgers, dog. Shout out to my man A-Rod, dog. Hey, for real with you, it sucks that he got hurt last year. You know why? Because actually, one of the QBs I love watching is him. I don't know why.
We all want to see it.
He's fun to watch on the field.
Yeah,
it's always been my stance. It's always been. He just does way too much off. Just stay in the fucking dark with the shrooms.
I can't wait. And hold on. If he survives game one, we know he's in for this season, dog. Listen here. Just survive game one. Don't come out with no American flags. Stay on the field. Don't come in the start lineup. Literally, your first play on the field, just be ready. That should be the first time you step on the field, Aaron. Try to stay healthy. And in the first play of the game, first 3 plays of the game, let that shit be runoffs. Don't fucking go back right yet. Don't trust me. Listen here. Come on, Aaron. All
right, so this is all stats, just stats from last year. That's all it is on ESPN. All right, so if we look at yards, there's old Derek Carr right there in the middle.
Oh yeah, about 15, 16. I'm just like, look at Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Shut up.
This is the passer rating. Derek Carr is like number 10 in passer rating.
Who's number 1? Purdy?
Well, yeah, Purdy is the number 1. Yes.
Yeah, way to legitimize this list. Rudolph,
I mean, hey, this is stats. This is not a list. It's stats. There's nobody's opinion here. So, but I'm just saying, looking on paper, like the guy's middle of the road. That's what he is, and that's how he's getting paid, and that's why he's not going to lose his job because of performance. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
The only reason he can't lose his job to performance is because there's not anybody good enough behind him. But if they like McCarthy, yeah, I can see him losing that job.
You mean Rattler?
Oh yeah, McCarthy got this. You got Rattler, yeah, that's why nobody's behind him. Rattler, I guess.
Y'all really want Rattler to be your starter though? Even though he may be, I still think about week 8.
So if you ask James, friend of the show, he thought Rattler got a bad rap. Rattler got a bad rap because he didn't perform the first year when everyone thought he's the phenom. But like he changed schools and kept playing solid. Like he played good ball.
But I'm always conscious of a guy who gets a spot too.
Yeah,
at a Power 5 school.
True, except that's the thing though. At a Power 5, you should be less worried about it. They just cycle in so many blue chippers. Like I don't know. Like Hurts got his job snatched. He doing all right for himself.
True.
And I'm gonna be real. That Oklahoma team with
it
him.
Ain't great to get.
We've seen Oklahoma teams in the past too, man.
Hey,
didn't look like the Oklahoma team with him on the field.
Brady ain't winning the job. Brady lost.
He's an anomaly. He's an anomaly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, if we see Spencer Rattler, man, like something bad has happened. He got hurt.
No, he played bad at the Cotton Bowl when they played UT. That's when he lost the spot.
Yeah, except everybody wasn't playing great against UT. Maybe people should understand it. What was happening?
Caleb came in and he balled out as a freshman.
Then became the first pick of the draft. Caleb's clearly a talent.
I give him that.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people would have lost their jobs to Caleb. As it was, he left the spot. That was also weird, by the way. Why did he leave?
He left where Lincoln Riley left.
Oh,
that's the only reason he left. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, he went there for Lincoln. And that's a guy you go to play for. So.
And Utah showed he can get shook up.
Yeah.
They beat him up 3 times in 2 years.
But didn't he go to what division, what conference is Utah in?
They're in Big 12 now.
Oh, Big 12. Okay. I'm like, he went in the pack. I thought they was in the pack for some reason.
They were in the pack last year.
Oh.
They're in the Big 12 this year.
Yeah, so.
Didn't they, hold on. Oregon won the pack, right?
Oregon won the pack this year. Mm-hmm. Utah won it last year.
Won the year before. Okay.
Yep. They beat him up.
Utah.
But Oregon beat Utah, correct?
Yes.
For this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Utah been high for a bit.
Dan Lanning changing the culture over there in Oregon.
He ran home, baby. Andre Miller, baby. Well, you know. Who that? Hey, man.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Who knows that?
Then when we come back, we're gonna be talking some fantasy football. So
It's
stick with
time.
us.
It's here.
Hose water. Whether you've been playing hard or working hard, when your thirst needs to be quenched, there's hose water. Found at any retailer where sports drinks are sold. Or connected to your faucet in the backyard if you don't want to pay $4 for it. Hose water. Get yours today.
This is an emergency message. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. Also comment and subscribe. Thank you. We now return you to your program.
We are back with the play call sheet,
Yes, we are.
and we're gonna be talking about some fantasy football, man. Real quick, hey,
Not the
while
game.
we're talking
Not the
fantasy
game.
football,
Not the game.
this past Wednesday, BS and Beer Media, we dropped our Frenemies Fantasy Football podcast. Last Wednesday we talked Dynasty, and we did a mock draft. So go back and check that out, and be sure to check us out whenever we go live on Wednesdays, typically. So there we go.
Yes, sir. Tune in, man. We're going to give you some of our perspective here on Mondays, but Wednesday, definitely tune in. These guys be full throttle with it. You know, got a whole show predicated to it. So shout out to the homies on this, man. We got a couple weeks, maybe even a month, maybe until your team's fully set fantasy-wise. Fellas, we know, man, it's a job at times to be a fantasy football GM. So without giving me too much of your strategies before we get into this segment, man, how do you hold up, man? How do you, to me, I honestly, I'm semi giving up on it.
Yeah, I typically roll with wide receivers. You know, it's like my primary piece on my fantasy team, and build from there. Like that's the way I'm starting. Like usually all my fantasy teams, those guys. If you get some of the bigger ones like, you know, Justin Jefferson and Chase and stuff like that, these are guys who are going to put up a lot of points, and they're going to make the difference for you at that wide receiver position, and you can piece it together at running back, because those guys get hurt a lot. And so you hit the waiver wire, get some of those guys to supplement and carry you a few weeks, and move on to the next guy. So, but yeah, Anthony had a good question there talking about CD Lamb possibly holding out. Does the work get pushed over to Jake Ferguson?
Yeah,
if this happens.
He was getting more work anyway.
Yeah, he's the second option on that team.
Right.
Okay.
He counted his rookie year.
He gets that anyway. According to CBS, he's the 9th ranked tight end, but definitely CD holds out and he's not playing, which I don't believe that's the case. If that was, this dude definitely moves into the 5 plateau for sure.
I expect him to be a top 5 producing tight end, regardless of whether CD plays or not. They're going to have to feed him this year. The running game is going to be a little different than it normally has. It's more speed guys, not a lot of power behind there. And it's just basically CD and this dude. He's going to get fed.
When you guys typically draft your quarterbacks, Anthony is saying he typically goes 5th or 6th round for a quarterback. He's been getting a lot of CJ Stroud in his drafts. That's a good value if you get CJ Stroud in the 6th round. Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing that myself.
You won't this year. I don't think so.
I mean, look, this is what he's saying he's getting in some of his drafts here. So
I just think as the closer we get to the season and they realize that they're staying healthy. Also, I want to talk about the Texans today anyway. They might not lose 3 games this year. That team, the way they're practicing right now, the team's scary. Texas is going to be nice. But Yeah, I don't know. I think Stroud. If you keep doing mocks and you see him in the 6th, hey, by all means, that's a great pickup in the 6th.
You asked the question about QB, man. Listen here, man. It's gonna have to be a changing course for me, man, if I want to win the championship. But now, as a GM, I have to decide what I want to sacrifice. Because honestly, the way I draft QBs, I wait late. I wait late. I'll find somebody, and I always end up finding somebody laying value. Maybe not for the stretches that I needed, probably championship worthy, which you do need, but for the good stretches that I put my fantasy team in, I feel like I drafted QB at a great position. I usually go like 9, 10, 11, honestly, when I pick my first QB. I see all these QBs go off the board all at the same time most of the time, and I'm like, based on this being a part of the game, like, do I really need to go draft somebody 6, 7, and 8? No. But it's about who you put your team, who you put around that QB. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, like I said, man, I've lost the championship 2 years in a row, but I've had the same philosophy of QB since I first started fantasy football. So I feel like it's good. But hey, if I want to catch another championship, maybe I need to sacrifice a QB, maybe 5, 6, 7. I don't know.
I'll be going way too early with QBs, and every year I'm like, I'm not gonna do it again, and I do it again.
So I mean, how early are you going, and how late are you going to?
I pick Mahomes like 1st or 2nd.
Oh wow, okay.
It's got to be somebody like that for me to take him first. Other than that, I'm going to take I usually take a wide receiver first, a quarterback second, preferably. So I would like to have them off the same team if possible.
Wide receivers require so much for them. They're the last, like the line has to block, like the quarterback has to get it there. They have to beat the defender. There's too many variables. I always be worried about receivers. And then every time I pick one, they die.
I mean, that's why I like the half point per reception rule, because I mean, you should be rewarded, for all of that.
More catches, yeah.
Yeah. And it makes the wide receivers valuable. So
it does.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
I know.
Did you have CD last year?
I'll be picking Barkley high again this year, even though it fails me every time.
I don't think I got him in any of my leagues.
Yeah, man. Listen,
Barkley's gonna go nuts this year in that team.
You hope so.
I just don't see how he couldn't. I mean, the line took a hit, but
Kellen Moore.
But normally, yeah, he can catch though, so he'll still be involved. But yeah, I know they're gonna throw 60 times a game.
So they were talking about Kellen Moore being a quarterback killer. When you look at the stats the year after, Kellen Moore,
because his offense is predictable.
It's hard to get back on track from throwing 60 passes a game and slimming it down to 30.
You've shown everything that you can do.
Well, I blame Jerry Jones for getting him that job anyway.
Yeah,
they ran through the
he just came out the blue.
6. They played
like he was playing in the NFL at some point, and then he got cut, and then like maybe a year later he was coaching. His
Romo back up in there.
The funniest part though is that anything that he did was all based on what happened at Boise, because he didn't do shit in the league.
State.
Yeah,
that's it.
True.
So it's like
he didn't do nothing in Detroit.
You killed on a team that had like 2 tough games all year. Okay.
Yeah. You should be cutting your teeth out there in Boise learning how to coach.
You should have went back to college. Them schools was like, you ain't messing up my kids. No worries. Just stay where you at.
And as a coach in the NFL, who did he cut his teeth underneath?
Who was it?
Yeah.
Oh, the Clapper.
Who got his job given to him too, in the same manner.
Yo, he just like hiring career backup quarterback.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's Mr. Burns' ego.
Yeah.
He's the smartest man in the fucking room.
Okay, that's fine, but why then do you keep picking the second smartest guy in every room to run your teams? Like, they're the backup quarterback. By definition, the starter probably is wiser. Like, I don't understand. Just go get a starter for once.
Cowboy fans, it's no better after he's gone. You got
have Romo come down. Romo was up there calling out every play. Like, have Romo coach or something.
Romo will tell him to F off, because Romo's going to do what he needs to do to win.
Yeah.
He just don't want nobody to outshine him. That's why Jimmy left in the first place.
Mr. Burns, you're 90. The amount of Vaseline it takes for you to shine.
Has anybody played in any Superflex leagues?
Hell no.
Nah.
Hell no. You think we get fucking headache just from playing the standard style or whatever it is. We're 2 QBs, flex 99.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Listen here. They ain't paying me all that much, man. Even the winnings, man, to do all that shit. I got kids, man. Shit.
It really does make it challenging. You're actually some teams will actually be drafting backup quarterbacks just to have somebody's backup that, like, you know, Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson get hurt a lot. I'm gonna draft his backup. You know, when he get hurt.
Do that too, and like you said, anything a GM does in terms of fancy draft is either you're rolling the dice. Now, if you go get a QB soon, you go draft a guy like Lamar Jackson, then your team's gonna take a hit. Because depending on where you are on the draft board, you may not draft back again until and then you go full circle, because depending on if it's reversed or whatever. So yeah, you want to have security at that position, but like you said, you could get value later. If you want to jump early, go ahead. You know, but going to get 2 QBs, and some people do that. They go get a QB and they'll go get the next best QB right after. Like, okay, I solidified the QB position. But you still got to decide weekly who you're gonna play, especially if you got 2 dogs. Yeah, so you better really be into the game like that. You know what I'm saying? So there you go.
I hate leagues with 2 QBs and a super flex QB receiver. I like the super flex though, but 3 QBs is outrageous.
Yeah, 3 QBs is outrageous. Out there with the flexes, you know, flexes, all that stuff, you know, to make them 3 QBs is wild, man. It's wild. But question for you guys. Not obviously, I don't want to know who the hell you would take number 1 or number 2, but every year, you know, it sparks debate. You know, rather if you're going 1 or 2, and not only who you're choosing the 1 or 2 is, but are you going to get the bad card or the good card? Because obviously we know it's always some drama with 1s and 2s. I'm on the website right now.
I think we'll see some Henry this year. I think we'll see some Barkley this year because of the team he's on.
So top 10, according to the list I have here right now, projected.
He's in Green Bay, right?
Huh? Christian got paid.
Crazy.
Christian McCaffrey.
You doing overall too?
Yeah, this is overall.
Okay.
And season long PPR. So that's kind of what.
Yeah, that's why McCaffrey's up top.
McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill. I see here, but this list we can go right here in this list too. Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Jamal Chase, Justin Jefferson, Amon St. Brown,
because he's quarterback now.
B. John Robinson, Breece Hall, AJ Brown, Nuka, Jonathan Taylor, and Nakua and Garrett Wilson. But the thing is with this here, a lot of some sites got Breece Hall as the number 2.
Yeah, I don't blame them. Breece Hall, before he got hurt, was headed towards being one of the best backs in the league.
Yep. Then
last year, he was getting back from an ACL injury. Now he's coming back fully healthy, and Aaron Rodgers is back, so they're not going to be able to put an 8th man in the box. That man's going to eat like a fat kid this year.
It's going to be interesting here, man.
But what about a guy like Jonathan Taylor, who's no longer going to have to share the workload with Zach Moss? And
that wasn't what
got his quarterback returning.
I mean, honestly, you get him on a healthy.
His touches weren't even really being hurt by Zach Moss. Zach Moss did most of what he did when Jonathan was hurt, so he was kind of a replacement. And then they realized, oh yeah, he's really kind of balling. Let's we can mix it up. But Jonathan Taylor just needs his quarterback to stay healthy so that 8th man can stay out of the box. He's gonna kill though.
Okay.
And I like and in here you're looking at it right now. It's a mixed bag. You know what I'm saying? You used to a position being like dominant in like the first like 10 picks. You know what I'm saying? So here you have kind of some, you know, different ways you can shape your team, and that's fine.
Still a lot of running backs though. Barkley's too low. Jahmyr Gibbs, he's gonna ball this year. Oh, Kyron Williams is too low.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyron Williams kind of came out of nowhere last year, and it hurt my heart because I actually drafted him his rookie year, and I held on to him, and he did nothing. So I cut him, and all of a sudden he, you know,
Notre
took
Dame
off
back.
that second year.
He's a Notre Dame kid, right? Was he?
Let's see. Damn it. They don't have it on here.
Well, go up. It might be.
It's not on there.
What are you looking
Out the
for?
goal.
In no update for the game logs. Full profile. It'll probably tell them there. Full
Where do
profile.
you see that at?
Right here
To the right.
side.
Right. Yeah.
Out of St.
Yeah, Notre Dame. Look at that.
Notre Dame, yeah.
Good job.
Them Notre Dame backs, man. They tough. Yeah, all that just to fight. It ended up being way more than it needed to be, but yeah.
All right. So looking at the overall rankings here.
Whoa, did y'all see that? By the way? I'm sorry, go down a second. Olave over Travis Etienne. Fascinating.
Well, the very first rookie is Marvin Harrison at number 21. So that's looking at about what, round 3. Do you think that's too late for Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Hell no, that's right on time. That's right on time.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it should be later, but hey, they giving him the promise sign already. Then that's what you do.
Anyway,
So let's play a name game then. Would you rather Devontae Adams or Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Nah, Adam.
Marvin Harrison.
I say Adam because I think by week 8 he'll be a Jet.
I gotta go with Harrison. Guys, who's throwing the ball in Vegas?
Now,
who's throwing Marvin the ball? He can't even see over his fucking line.
No, to both of y'all points. To both of y'all points, y'all both got it right in this. Because Will said the back end of the season is going to be with the Jets, so that's when the fantasy tick can uprise.
So you want to need him?
Side where the first 8 weeks are not going to be so deadly, so you might want Harrison.
Yeah. Who is the quarterback?
Okay, the Raiders quarterback is Minshew.
They supposed to draft one last year, dog. But Ewers is on their side, and I feel this year they're going to try to go think for Ewers.
Yeah, Bijan definitely eating.
Yeah.
Only problem with Bijan is now they have a quarterback that actually can throw a forward pass. So anything you saw before could get cut back a bit.
But he's carrying the backfield.
But his touches will be more quality. It's not going to be with 8 men in the box. It's going to be you're not even ready to deal with him. It's going to be after 3 to 4 catches for Pitts and for Drake London out there. It's going to be a lot more going on in his offense this year. So yes, he'll get more less touches, but
it's going to resemble an NFL offense.
They're going to, when Bijan gets the ball, he's not going to have a lot of guys to make miss.
Let's go Jaylen Waddle or
Over.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
I'd personally take Waddle despite the injury history. I just don't know what the Marvin Kyler connection is going to be. I also don't know, I know he's a physical specimen, but what shape is Marvin coming in? He held out for a little bit. Is he going to be up to speed? And what is up to speed next to a guy who loves Call of Duty more than football?
Shoot him.
All right, too.
Shoot. It is what it is, man. It's all projection.
Playing capture the flag.
Jaylen Waddle, based on what you get from him when he's actually healthy as a guy, I would probably aim at Waddle too, because when Waddle is there, fantasy numbers are there. They speak for himself. You know, caught you a guy, Marvin, that has no fantasy career points yet. Yes. So this in here, but I understand why you got Marvin as high as you do. You know, when you have a father that put his stamp on the stamp like that, you would only hope that his son can somewhat duplicate that. And
so far he's ahead of the pace.
Well ahead of the pace.
Better than when Marvin was at Syracuse. Was it Syracuse?
Coach?
It was at Syracuse.
Was
he with McNabb?
Was he? Fascinating. That's crazy if he was. How did they not win?
Sam Laporta with Goff or Kyle Pitts with Kirk Cousins? I'm gonna be real with you. This might seem like an or, but if Kirk could come back somewhat, okay, this is Kirk and we know what he is, but just come back like that. We know Kirk and we know Goff and Laporta definitely a tandem, but Kirk gonna eat with Kyle Pitts, dog. If Kyle Pitts can just feed this man too, they both looking for matches right now. Kirk's always had that type of match in Minnesota. You know, we'll always be able to find the tight ends locally. But Pitts needs a matchmaker. Pitts needs him. I would project Pitts and Kurt. Because Detroit's going to be so scary. They're going to choose so many interchangeable people as well as Atlanta. But I think Sam Laporta.
That's the thing, though.
Yeah.
You're right. They have so many options. And the guy who's always basically going to just be running free is Sam Laporta. Because you have to cover everyone else. You have to. Amon St. Brown, you're doubling him. If you're not, you're losing the game. We don't even got to talk about this anyway. Then you're going to have Jameson Williams, who's finally healthy and up to speed now, running down the field. Then you got Gibbs in the backfield. Like, Laporta just be out there like, hi, guys. Just like, yo, I'm over here.
Manned up.
Also, I'm biased, too. I'm not just going against you. I'm biased. I just can't, in good faith, pick my guy Kyle again this year. It's been 2 years of just, why did I do this to myself?
Yeah,
so,
that's new coach.
Yeah,
new coach.
Definitely not in that.
It's not going to be the
New
same.
quarterback.
Yeah, it's all different, but I still don't know what to expect. But I don't know what to expect.
I'm expecting what I saw at Florida. I'm high on.
I hope so, but I can't do it to myself.
So, for that reason that y'all just named, new quarterback, new head coach, new system, got to get ramped up again versus we've seen each year, the last 2 years, where Detroit offensively has gone up.
Everybody just gets
Or
better.
came in and just slid right in there like he'd already been there. So he just went through an off season, and he's coming off a great rookie season.
Also, that
much better.
That Detroit team does that weird, like really aggressively good thing that they kind of just get better week to week. You can see it every week. Even in games they lose, you're like, yeah, but last year or last week they wouldn't have made this play, and now they're making it like they just didn't win it all. But that team is. I know we're biased for the Detroit Lions, me and Coach, but
little me.
Yeah,
when we get
they're
down
giving
here
us all the reason to be though. So
into the 40s here, like 45, the running backs come a little bit more scarce. James Cook, Rashad White. These are all.
That's crazy.
I didn't own Cook. What's that?
Stroud is 52.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
But it's overall. This is overall. So, but running backs, start getting scarce down here, and this is where it kind of gets scary. If you're talking about holding on to a guy like Montgomery,
you got to get Montgomery if you're down here. Yeah.
Get lead your backfield. I had Rashad White last year. It's incredibly frustrating watching him run. My God!
But he catches everything. He can catch everything.
Catch him, he flashes.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yes. James Cook, he's just not a big back, so he's gonna splash.
The thing about Cook though is that when they fed him, he killed.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't seem to like
now you gotta kind of look at these rosters, man. Because I think Cook now has some competition in the backfield, right? They drafted
He's
Ray
always
Davis.
Competition. He played with Josh Allen.
But what are they?
Ray Davis out of Kentucky.
But what are they going to do offensively though? Who are their weapons in the air?
It's him, like at running back. Like they don't got much to throw to, bro. It's not looking good over there. They got the rookie Keon Coleman, and then it starts to get real scarce after that.
Looks like they got Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel.
Oh, they got Valdez Scantling.
Khalil Shakur. They got two tight ends, if I'm not mistaken, Kincaid and Knox and Dawson Knox.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I got the double tight end.
But didn't they not really throw to them last year?
No, they didn't.
Well, because they had wide receivers last year. Now this year, you're probably going to run into two wide receivers set.
They had a receiver last year.
Buffalo would not make the playoffs this year.
They had Diggs.
Okay.
And McDermott would
and Diggs will disappear.
Right. So they didn't really have much. Trubisky backing up. I forgot about Trubisky.
But okay, I think you're going to lean more toward the run game. And I think you're going to start seeing more of Ray Davis, the rookie, fourth rounder out of Kentucky. This may be a sleeper for you to be looking at in fantasy football because, like I said, when you get into these 20s and 40s or whatever, running backs become scarce, and you're going to be looking for a guy with some good options.
You're going to be basically looking for the guy that you're not really sold on in a sense.
It's not going to be pretty.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah. But, Hey, this guy could be getting the carries, and once he's getting these carries, he's gonna be the hot guy on the waiver wire, and people gonna be willing to give you everything.
Draft room, man. It's like be yourself in your mind. Like a lot of things can happen on draft night. We all know. You might be partying. You know what I'm saying? You may be by yourself, but you gotta be in mind, man. To pay attention, man, because it does. Like you said, even with the running back, every position, when it shortens the hell out. So get into it, man.
So this is a ranking I'm surprised to see. Zach Moss is all the way down at 28. He went to Cincinnati, and I thought he was going to be like the feature back in Cincinnati. I was kind of looking forward to this. Let me look at their roster because something going on here for him to be ranked like this.
He started and he's backed up by Chase Brown, De'Veon Williams, and Chris Evans.
Yeah, I don't see why they would have him ranked so low. So hey, this could be another value that you could be looking at getting running backs late.
This is what the situation is with Zach Moss. Shout out to him and the work he did last year with shout out his career as because he went out there and just did a lot of the dirty work. But what they're hitting at with rankings, I believe, is can he continue to be the dirty man doing the dirty work? As now, this is your job. Like this is not this last year. Like your job, this is your backup job because Jonathan Taylor's not here. You're gonna be the full-time back to start the season in Cincinnati, replacing the guy that was productive in Joe Mixon. So. Yeah, I just think like overall, like he's giving him the bad end of the stick right now. But as he's done throughout his career, just go out there and show some promise and prove the haters wrong. I think he can do that.
Yep. He's looking some more at these rankings. Justin Herbert, number 98.
Fair enough. Fair game. It's like people in the draft are gonna be thinking like, should I go choose him over this person? Where should I choose Justin? All these years of disappointment is going to kind of be like where you draft him.
Well, hold on. We're talking about fantasy. He hasn't really been a disappointment in fantasy. Now, in fantasy, he's been all right, but he just lost all his receivers. So,
yes.
So basically, he's starting up with Quentin Johnson, hoping that works out. And they drafted somebody, correct?
Hold on. Let me get to the Rams.
Oh, maybe they didn't. Maybe I wanted them to, and they didn't. I be wanting good quarterbacks to get like the flashy receivers. They never really.
Well, of course.
But they never really do though.
That's how the draft works.
It's always Randy Moss playing with some Brad Johnson ass motherfucker. Like,
I mean, unless you're Detroit would draft wide receivers every year, right?
So starting wide receivers for the Chargers. Palmer.
Yeah, you got Josh Palmer and Quentin Johnson, who they drafted in the first round last year.
That's rough, bro.
They also did draft Lad McConkey in the second round.
I thought it was McConkey. I should have said it. I would have looked smart.
They did pick up DJ Chark from Carolina. Maybe he can
and that's the other
turn
one.
back a hands of time.
Yeah, I mean,
Rice. They got Jerry Rice, huh?
Over there they picked
Rice,
up. Over there they picked up Chark when he played like as like a number 2 or 1. But here he's like a 3 or 4. He'll be fine here.
Yeah, I mean he was just coming off of an injury, so not huge expectations for him. They did get Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins from the Ravens to play in the backfield. I don't know how that's going to work.
Oh yeah, they picked up 2 of the most injured prone backs in the league.
Right,
brilliant.
So you better get a Vidal.
Yeah, maybe Vidal is the guy here.
Stash him. He gonna play.
That's true.
Stash him.
That's true.
Anthony, how is Zach Moss Tony Pollard? And what? I don't want to jump on you before I know in what sense you made that comparison, but
maybe the fact that Tony Pollard got a deal last year and didn't live up to it.
That's mean, but okay.
Zach's been in the league longer than Tony though. So,
but Tony has shown he can't be the every down back too. I don't think his legs the same since they injury in the play.
Has Zach Moss been there that much longer? Like a year or 2, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 2 more years longer. I mean, that's eternity in running back years, but
That's true.
Tony's 27.
What do you guys expect to see out of Nick Chubb coming off of an ACL?
I would not bet against Nick Chubb.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the Terminator. That fool in there squat. You see the weights he was squatting?
Stupid.
That rack just.
Yeah, dumb. That's how you got here in the first place, you idiot. Man's putting more wear and tear on his knees off the field than on. Like, what is happening? I don't know why you lift like that.
He's starting off the year on PUP so far. So we'll see when he's able to come off the list. But yeah.
They should PUP him till like week 6 or 8.
Yeah. Just get an idea what it's going to look like.
Also, no need to rush the guy back for what? Not like they're going to be contending.
They played pretty good last year.
Look, their defense is good, but it's still Watson, right, guys? Is that what we're talking about?
Yep.
Watson, right?
Like, look at their offense on paper. You got Elijah Moore, Amari Cooper, who they just restructured his contract, right? They just traded for Judy.
Already a career underachiever.
They just recently drafted Bell and Tillman and Thrash. These are all guys they're excited about. Don't talk about Njoku, who had a good year last year. And then Watson, they're paying a lot of money. Listen,
what are you doing?
They're paying them to win. All right, they're trying to win. They're not trying to look forward to next year.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Watson is washed.
And
I just want to know. Hey, Dale, I'm just saying, you're making all this case here, but you also, we were just laughing at where Watson was ranked and all this. Like,
yeah.
What's the plot?
I mean,
do you believe it's Watson? Can Cosby bring him to the promised land?
Not Cosby.
The man's got the skills.
Is he going to put in his way up the field?
We're going to see, but if he can't, we got Jameis right behind him, right? Jameis can get in there, and
this
Jameis
is what this is all
thing.
about. Y'all let this man get away with this for so long. Enough. Had enough.
Jameis can sling that thing.
What even is the attachment? Is because he played for y'all for a half a season? Is that what happened?
No, because people hate Jameis, man. Like I'm sticking up for Jameis. People hate Jameis.
Yeah. My question is why? I understand what you're doing. I'm asking you why.
That's what I'm saying. Well, why do people hate Jameis so much? I don't understand.
Why does anyone? What's the like? It's not even about hate. The man was eating his finger. He's a weirdo.
He's a weirdo. Okay, fine. Why you gotta hate him?
Weirdos get what they get. This is how the world. You're just arguing with the system we have in place. Fight the power somewhere else, brother.
Now look, that's a job they also be talking about as somebody potentially giving up the job because due to performance. Because Watson sucked last year. The team was better without him.
Yeah, but here's the thing: there's some cases where you can perform and you trash, and you still got to be on the field because we're paying you $250 million.
I agree. So he need to make it work.
We were dumb enough that we gave it all to you right away, basically.
I'm so glad they did it because we was trying to do it too.
You know who Watson is? He's no limit.
Oh, okay.
Contract he got.
No
ever get a contract like that again.
No. Hell no.
This is gonna be like the Jamarcus Russell bust thing, because like once he busted, it was like, look, we gotta change these damn rules. We can't get nobody like this.
Here's the thing, though. There ain't no rule that could have saved Cleveland. They did this to themselves, they always do. They browned up.
Cleveland is going Cleveland.
They Cleveland.
Man, listen here. Cleveland did at that point what they felt like was the best decision for their team. Now, did it end up being the best decision? No, because after Deshaun got through, well, not through, but, we kind of got the glimpse of what was going on. Now he has to go on the field and play football after suspension. Now we're not getting that. But beforehand, we labeled Deshaun Watson as a top 5 quarterback in the league. So the Browns at some point thought they were the smart. The situation that turned out for Watson just wasn't smart on his hand. But it's not his fault. It's never the player's fault. You want your money. Cleveland gave him your money, man, and that's what you did. Absolutely nothing. You haven't done nothing for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's the way the league is now.
You know why you're right too. But Cleveland, it's all on Cleveland's plate. You got a quarterback First of all, how many times do you see a quarterback that's essentially out for an entire year come back and pick up where they left off? New team, new system, new city, guaranteed massive contract, coming off a PR nightmare.
And
You got that pressure as well. It was a great deal for Watson. Bravo. I take that all day. But for the organization, terrible contract.
No, terrible contract.
$250 million is just barely enough to live in.
220, and then the guys for any quarterback. But if we name some quarterbacks right now, we say, are they worth $200 million? That's what we were saying about probably not $200 million because we didn't know the market was going to skyrocket that. But if we said that Deshaun Watson was worth being one of the top market guys in the league in terms of the money, we would say yes. But then the fact that he hit 200 guaranteed and he playing like ass, getting hurt and shit, now it's all around a shit show. If you just showed at least 70%, 72% of the promise like the rest of these QBs do that's still going to get paid, then Deshaun, this end up being on you as a football player. But honestly, Cleveland just wanted to be Baker Mayfield too. I love Baker. Y'all know I shout at Baker. Shout out to my man Baker. But Cleveland somewhat felt like Baker didn't do enough to keep this spot. And Baker did have some promise the last year and a half, 2 years. He played hurt that last year, absolutely. And I feel bad that he played bad that last year. And he decided to fucking play. But your career, and you knew kind of where your career was starting to go, so you played. But shout out to him for performing the last 2 years, getting a deal, getting money. But at that time, man, this is football, man. This is football.
He played because that's who he is. He's a gamer. That's just how he is. He's always going to play.
Everything ends up just being it ends up crazy. Things end up crazy. I'm happy that he did a new spot, being comfortable and people liking him. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Watson, I would say, Coach, do you put Watson in the same boat as Michael Vick out of football that coming back? No, because Michael Vick actually happened to come back better than he ever was because he went with Andy Reid. He ever was.
He listened to Andy Reid.
Andy, right?
I'm gonna look at it like this: Watson's got some talent, but just watching him out there, even when he came back, he was just not interested. There was no will in him to me. Versus Mike Vick came back, Andy Reid coached him up to be, the best version of himself because he was willing to learn.
Also, when Michael came back, the entire team and fucking Philly of all people, they rallied around Vic, and like they were fighting off protesters for Vic, answering questions that they would not have otherwise had to answer for Vic. Nobody wants to do that for Watson. Why would they? He's crazy. So he's in a way worse spot, which is funny because the team's actually solid, but I just don't know. Even more than just he didn't look enthusiastic out there, Coach. He just looked like void of why am I even doing any of this? Not like I don't love football, but like I don't even know what I'm doing here right now. I think he may have thought he was never going to play again, and now that he's back out there, he's just like, huh? Like,
you may have a good point there, and it's just because his contract is so full of guarantees.
But
there's no incentive to go perform.
I am. It's true. I am of the belief though that nobody can get to $3 million. Nobody can get to the pro level of sports. Nobody without being competitive. There is not one of them who gets there all based on just wanting to feed their family. I just don't believe it. Every one of them, they have that competitive nature. Now,
something drives them.
Once you get paid once or twice, then yeah, I can see that shit dying. That's how desire works. You get the payoff, and now it lessens. But like, I just don't understand how. I can't believe that it's just he got all this money now. What I will say is I do believe he got all this money and everyone kind of hates him. Why would I want to be in the spotlight anymore? That I could get. But other than that, I just don't know why. Like, if he wants to be good, all the opportunities. Y'all remember, I know it's his own coach, but y'all remember what his coach said coming out of college? You're drafting Michael Jordan, is what he said.
Yeah, listen here. I'm going to be real with you. There's one person that probably can match Michael in terms of just like hitting that media, and it never was going to be Deshaun Watson, dog. People throw Michael Jordan around, and it's an aura. You know, Deshaun Watson, he had some great glimpses in college and all that stuff. But like what you said, Will, how do you drop off miraculously like that as a player? Sweet. Even with this, it wasn't like he went to jail like mclovin. It was a massage scandal. I mean, they suspend you for some games, but you know, like Mike Vick. A year. That give or take. You know, that's like
I would say.
But you wasn't in jail.
Yeah,
you was in jail.
Houston fumbled the ball with him.
It might be worse though.
Once O'Brien came in there, and he gutted that team like he did.
Yeah,
you get rid of Watt, who's been your leader, your franchise leader, community leader, and then the rift that him and Nuke had. The
Nuke thing is what ruined everything.
Yeah,
because he
was personal with the coach towards the player.
Right, and it showed the other players, oh, you're petty enough to go that. Like, all right, like we don't want to play with this guy. Everybody loved Nuke, so if Nuke kind of one of them guys, like as coaches, if y'all rock with him, the other players are looking at you funny,
right?
Because people rock with him, so.
Yes,
man,
sir,
just
man.
slid in the bottom.
Fantasy in the world, man. We going all around the world. Fantasy. Hey, there's a lot of chit-chat like this stuff going on. That's because it's news. But in turn, people's values go up, people's values go down, and we know fantasy football. People start trending after week 1, week 2, week 3. People drop people from left and right through the waiver wires. This is just a glimpse of what we're going to see this season, plus much more. We know the game every year changes. You know, we know the top of the list changes every year, weekly as well. Just make sure you got a defense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. Well, we'll get through all that, man, within the next 4 to 5 weeks, man. Oh, all season. I'm sorry, because this is
y'all think Watson can bounce back though?
Yes, I feel like it.
He's got the weapons around him.
It's got to be this year though.
Yeah,
it's got to be. Absolutely.
If not, it's going to be way too much pressure for him going forward.
Yeah, it's just going to get weird after a while. Like, you're making way too much money, bro.
You got QBs coming in and out of the league. You got newest QBs, young QBs ascending. Your time is now.
They cannot get out of his contract until 2027. This year, $200 million dead cap hit this year.
The answer is always that.
Next year. The answer is that. Like I said earlier, this dude's the long contender quarterback in the NFL. That. That's the answer I would give. It's that. But if we don't choose that, because everybody seems like they're going to choose that, if one QB had to win right now,
the two just got paid. Two in fucking and love. Yeah, you got to back the money.
I'm gonna go on the limb here. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna sit right here. A QB that needs to win. It's interesting. Very interesting.
Definitely love, because if they don't, the money they just gave him, they're gonna have immediate boss remorse.
Yeah, but I think also I think that city just loves love.
You know, anybody know who needs to win?
Oh, Lamar's up there.
Anybody, Lamar Jackson needs to win. Absolutely. I was gonna discuss.
Yeah, Lamar might need it the worst.
Didn't he go deeper to the playoffs last year?
He went to the conference championship game, and his coach fumbled the ball.
His coach threw in the triple coverage.
What more he got to do? Like, I get you want people to win a Super Bowl, man, but it's really hard to win a Super Bowl.
No, you're right there. It's hard, but as long as we live, we're gonna always have these discussions. Who should win? It's in every sport. Who got to win now?
See, the idea of hard goes out the window once you sign that check.
Hold on.
And wasn't there some rumblings after that loss about Harbaugh going forward? Not saying what happened.
It shouldn't. That's crazy.
It shouldn't.
Listen here. QBs that got to win the championship. Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Because you got there too early. Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Jared Goff. No.
He's already redeemed himself.
I tell you why, Jared. No. Let me tell you why. Jared, though people would say he wasn't experienced enough in that Super Bowl against the Patriots, he was there. Because when we talk about it, he was a top 2 draft pick. He was there. Now with Detroit, we're getting that same rumble, but this time it's Jared Goff's the guy. He's good enough to get there. He needs and just the list of QBs right now that we're sitting here. If you look at the list of QBs, he needs to win one. And the last one I'm gonna say that needs to win one. And he's not. We know he ain't know how much money he's gonna get signed. Brock Purdy, because the 49ers have been in contention so many years, so I have to pin him on that list of guys that need to win.
I put Purdy on there because San Francisco's been getting the pass because of the system that they've developed. Mm-hmm. But now people are starting to look like, okay, you got this great system, but your coach consistently underachieves going back to 28-3.
I won't put Purdy on the list because of what he is, what we say about him. What do we say about him?
He needs all his weapons to succeed.
Not even just that, but all we ever want him to do is not lose you a game. We're not even expecting you to win us games. That's not why we're putting him out there. Like, we're expecting you not to lose us games. That's kind of what his deal is. Now, once they pay him, this is a different conversation.
No. But this is the reverse psychology that this gets, though, because you're not wrong. But I'm not wrong either. Because I say he needs to win one because that might solidify any extra money on the cream that he thinks he deserves.
Right, but when we say if a player needs to win one, it's not so they get paid. It's like if they don't win one, they're falling out of conversations. But Purdy's not even in the conversation. So
I'm going to say Daniel Jones.
He's only not in the conversation because he has it, and that's more the reason why I feel like he needs to win one. Because he needs to be put in the conversation. Because no lie, even though he's an assistant quarterback, he has shown that he can at least manage the team.
Right,
he's shown that.
But managers aren't forced to win. That's the thing about managers.
But hey, even if the team gets you, even if he gets there because of the team to the Super Bowl, he's been there.
Also, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing too. You want to know why he doesn't have to win? He's Mr. Irrelevant. He's not even supposed to be here.
Hey, I'm not.
He's not even supposed to be here.
No. We can
turn him to Joe Montana already.
We just talked
We're not going to do that. We're not going to
draft class earlier. No. We just talked about the draft class earlier. We know he was the best. We know. Even if he was drafted on that night, Mr. Irrelevant, we named the list of names. Skylar Thompson, Sam Howell, and Desmond Ritter. He's definitely better than those guys.
Right, but all you're saying is that from his class to where he got drafted, at every turn, there's a blatant lack of pressure. He doesn't have to win.
But like I said, he has to win because he's on this team that needs to win too. We say San Fran needs to win. He needs to win too.
He's more pressure on the GM and the head.
Way more.
And the head coach.
Because they moved on from the guy they moved up to draft.
Let me stop right there. Shanahan is not under pressure at all.
Really?
Period. They will never fire this dude.
Everybody's
trying to hire him.
Yes.
And hire his coaches. He is safe.
Yeah. It is a safe ass job for him right now. Yeah, when you get labeled as the genius offensively, you're always gonna have a job.
You are safe.
Who was the other one that I didn't agree with?
Golf.
Yeah, I ain't.
Yeah,
Golf already proved it.
The reason why
he's having a good year, good time with Detroit.
But even with a good year, I still think some guys like I think Hurts has had some good years, but he still has to prove it. He still has to win something.
Hurts has to prove it.
Right. He has to. Hurts another one. But like my thing with Goff is what you have to do is mostly based on you, yes, but it also has to do with the team you're on. He's good, bro. Like they had the guy in Stafford set all their records, right? But then he comes in and already has gotten further in the playoffs. Like he's good, bro. He's good in Detroit.
But I say that to say this: we in the world, bro. This is the world championship. A lot of people ain't gonna live like Montana, Brady, Aikman. These guys that have made multiple Super Bowls. We're in a different era now. Now Patrick is proving that hey, maybe there's some guys in this era that can get there. But for the most part, a lot of these guys don't get here anymore. We have to look at, even if Purdy is an average player, we have to look at the years of not only statistics, but the years of what the team's done. The team has gotten there. They've gotten there with him as the QB. It's not like they haven't gotten there with him as not the QB. He's been the QB and they've been there. So if the standard is we don't want to pay him or we don't want to pay him because of this, a Super Bowl for him could change that. And I feel like that's the only why I feel like he needs to win. It's not only because of everything else that we're carrying about a QB, but we have to realize if this team keeps getting and being contenders and then they get another Super Bowl, he's going to be part of that. And he's going to be blamed. So he has to win.
I 100% get what the point you're making. The point you're making, though, isn't what the phrase, like, has to win is used for, though. Because you're using it for, like, yo, Purdy, for his personal self, really needs to get this win so that he can justify the bag that he wants.
No, I said that's a reason why it could be. But ultimately, San Fran's not making it any better by being a good team as well.
Yeah, but the whole have to, like, when we have this conversation about this guy has to win, this guy has to win, that conversation is about if this player doesn't win, they're out of there.
Their legacy.
That's not what Purdy's in. He's not in that situation at all.
That's the way I'm looking at it.
I think he can go other ways. I think we're obviously going for the guy
I'm not saying it can't go a different way, but the way that this phrase is used, this is what it's for.
But but understandably, but again, like I said, like we're saying here, we say that's a guy that potentially could be out of there next year. Okay, Lamar. Is Cleveland, is Baltimore letting go of Lamar if he doesn't win ever?
If he doesn't, no. But if he doesn't win, like, and get further within this contract, he won't finish this contract out. That I believe. They won't do it early. They're going to give him at least 2 more years of that. But on the back half of that contract, if he's still doing shit like he just did in the playoffs, throwing in the triple coverage, he won't finish that contract with the Ravens.
They were hesitant to give him the bag in the
They didn't even want to give it to him, too.
And then he's got 2 MVPs on his mantle.
And they didn't want to pay him. There's a reason for that.
Well, but his team year by year, despite the injuries and all that, they're contenders. They're there. Ultimately, he's the QB there.
That's why they had to pay him.
He may not be on the same side as Purdy, but as long as Purdy's the QB there, he's going to be the QB representing that team in the Super Bowl. So eventually, if he gets to 2, 3, 4, or 2, just 2, he's going to have to win one, right? Because you might not never get there again. That's why it's more to the box. But for him, it quiets down. The number one thing it quiets down.
It's a weird deal
everything about you get bad too. You get your status as a QB. It's just him. Like you're gonna go on those and say Tua should win now. Jordan Love should win now. No,
like, bro. Yes. No. Yeah. See, that's the thing. You're doing this weird thing with the 49ers, bro. Yes, everybody you just named 100% has to win before him. All of them. Everybody you named. In fact, I can go out on a limb and say almost any quarterback you could name that's a starter needs to win more than Purdy. Purdy's like dead last in this conversation. He doesn't have to win. He's Mr. Irrelevant.
He gotta win. He gotta win.
Exactly.
Hold on. You know why he gotta win? If he doesn't win a Super Bowl and he doesn't get paid and all that, we're gonna come back in here and say, well, if he won a Super Bowl, it would have changed that. He needs to win. That's my opinion. That's your opinion. It's lovely symmetry. And we're going to agree to disagree. But I feel a different way about Purdy.
You're moving the goalpost, though. You're moving the goalpost to stay right, though. That's what you're doing.
I'm not. Never that.
You are, though.
I just feel like he needs to win.
Okay. Now, I agree that, look, winning the Super Bowl is hard. So I'm saying winning enough to keep a job as a starter is what I am basing this on. And I'm going to say Daniel Jones is the one that needs to win.
Way more danger, yeah, for sure.
Nope.
You don't think because they can get out of that, right? No, they can get out of that.
He's already out of that.
Yeah, they can get out of that. I forgot about the contract.
I'm looking at Hard Knocks, and I'm telling you, like the GM, he's in the state of I don't know.
Because he gave him the money.
And he's like, maybe the guy just needs the offensive line. Maybe the guy just needs some weapons. And so now he's gotten him an offensive line. He's gotten him the weapons. And yeah, if he doesn't produce after this season, it's going to be a $22 million dead cap hit. And they're going to move on from him because the coach going to get fired if he don't win.
Name the weapons.
And so you got to move on. Daniel Jones does not win.
Yeah, name the weapons you got. Dale. Name the weapons you got.
Yo.
Elite neighbors.
Okay. No. Now who else?
Let me go to their
Bro. Wendell Robinson.
They didn't add him. I think they might have even lost him.
Hopefully they did. Yo, Ant
Darius
Trippin,
Slayton,
Ant Trippin in the chat.
Jalen Hyatt,
Oh, God. Yeah, we're doing
Wandale
great.
Robinson.
So we got 3 guys who can run straight, and then Neighbors, a rookie.
Well, they lost the tight end. The tight end retired on him.
Lost the tight end, lost one of the best backs in the league. This team is going in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
They will finish 4th in the NFC East.
Honestly, he might have the safest job.
Actually,
no, he does not have the safest job.
Safe. It's safe because that contract is weak moving forward.
They get out after this year. This may be where Shedeur goes.
Shedeur, that'd be nice.
Big media market, New York.
Raw pick.
That's what I'm saying. If he doesn't produce, he's gonna get replaced next year, and his coaches may get replaced. So he is on the hot seat. Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely more hot than
So okay.
I'd say Carr needs to win, but come on.
Yeah, no. We know Carr Ben needs to win. I mean, since he won
he's been needed to win for most of his career.
That's fine.
He's getting labeled a brittle right now. Injury prone.
Yeah. I can see that.
After they tried to anoint him after the Super Bowl run.
How long we can do over under on seasons or even weeks if you want. Like, how much does Caleb have to win? I know he's not going to get moved because he's obviously a franchise quarterback. But before the Boo Birds start, he got to come
2 years. Play, right? He gets 2 years.
My man's got it. My man's got to make the playoffs.
Hey, hold on. Bryce ain't get 1. He got.
I'm gonna tell you why.
We were like, get him the fuck out of here.
He gets 3 because Eberflus is gonna get fired this year.
Yeah, and they're gonna get the reset.
Got a new coach in there. They'll give him 2 years.
2 years a second.
He's got to make the playoffs.
That's exactly how it's going to play out.
His 4-year contract that he got, and he can pick up the 5th. He has to make the playoffs within the first 4.
Yeah, except why? Because then they won't sign him for the.
No. He has to make the playoffs. He has to make the playoffs within the first 4 because then Chicago will somewhat feel like he's a savior.
It ain't going to happen though. They're going to finish 3rd in that division.
Yeah. No. This is the reality. You're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely
you think the Vikings finish ahead of them?
That's the reality.
No.
So Green Bay
and
Lions.
Yeah.
Listen here, the Vikings looking like they about to slide down, man. My man Jordan Addison, man, the Vikings are talking like this might be dwindling down. As Dale mentioned last week, no more guaranteed. The money's gone. So his days with Minnesota might be numbered. Who knows what direction Minnesota goes? Who knows how their quarterback's going to play this year? The Bears could be the second best team when it's all said and done.
I said the same thing. I want you to give him Bryce Young. Exactly.
We give him to the end of his contract too.
Yeah, that's the Bermuda Triangle of NFL franchises right now.
So bad over there. It's so
bad.
All the years we shit on Lions, I never once felt like they weren't trying.
No, I'm gonna be real with you.
The Panthers feel like they're not trying.
I'm gonna give you guys. I think this is the last year of Bryce Young.
No, they can't do that. I mean, it's been done, but they can't do that, right? Nah, you know what? They're going to have a shot to get out of it because if he's bad enough, they'll pick high again.
Ewers?
Probably.
The quarterback from Georgia is getting high praise. Beck.
Yep.
But Beck, I don't know. We'll see about Beck. I just think Beck is surrounded by fucking.
I'm about to say that's the Alabama effect.
You absolutely right.
All over again.
For a team like Carolina, if this guy's not the answer, dumb people like them go like, "Well, this guy's the answer."
Hey, be nice. Listen, no, we gotta start viewing Georgia quarterbacks like Bama quarterbacks because it's the same cloth now.
Definitely,
it's the same scenario where you come in and you play with the last 8 best players in the nation. Right. And it's bullshit.
I agree with that.
Yo.
Okay. So we wrapping this thing up. Do we want to have any shout outs here?
One more. Nope. We got one more quick story and it's related. We talked about all the teams tonight that we need to talk about. We didn't talk about one particularly, that's the New England Patriots. New England Patriots last few weeks talking about potentially shopping Matthew Judon. Well, today maybe giving more reason to shop Judon as him and Gerard Mayo, I believe, got into a tussle that ended up and Judon being kicked out of practice. This here, man, your star defensive player getting into it with the new head coach. Not good.
And he's a former linebacker too.
He's a former linebacker as well. Absolutely.
Which probably, if he's gonna run into these situations where he's like flipping out because they're not doing things the way he would do it, that's always the problem that kills player coaches. Like, you can't expect other U's out there. And Mayo, to be honest, you were good, but let's not go crazy.
Right.
Like, just relax.
I feel like this is the thing that can go in the Patriots' favor. Obviously they're gonna keep him. Obviously they're gonna play him. Obviously it has to be shown that he's playing at least, so the value can stay where it's at. And I can see them trade deadline maybe pushing him, trying to get more value into next year's draft or future drafts, or how they are right now.
Yeah, I would. If it's not working out, yeah, trade him, because what are you keeping him for? Let's have a top 5 defense for Drake May and no receivers. Yeah, what are we doing? Just tank more, get better players. Get the what's it? Ebuka from Ohio State, the receiver, supposed to be the best in the nation this year.
Yep, they say he's better. He was the best receiver at Ohio State last year.
They say plenty. I hate when people do, like, when you hear those type of lines. Like, but if Marvin was still here, you wouldn't have said that shit. So, like, you said it because he's gone.
They said the same thing when Olave got drafted too. It was like Marvin Harrison was the best receiver.
All right, I didn't see him running up the field like every 5th play. It was Olave. He was open.
You're right.
It's always the next guy. Who's the best? The next. That's who.
The next. You're next.
We got caught with that. Fucking Keyshawn Butte, you asshole, said that to us.
Listen, I would still take Butte.
Booty. I'm sure you would.
Give me Booty on my team right now, because I know what he like at LSU. All right.
Please.
I'm not gonna lie to like he was good, but like I don't know how you guys were hyped on him when he was sandwiched between such better receivers than him. Like the guys before him,
Neighbors was a freshman in Booty's last year.
Yeah, but he was still good.
And don't get me wrong, Neighbors showed up and he helped us out for real. Because Booty just like quit on us and
you supporting this man still.
The man was good. I knew him when he was a freshman. He came in and saved the day too.
and the funny thing is like, I'm not gonna completely blame it on him. Part of it is just he played with Mac in an offense that didn't even want to score. But I expect him to be better this year. He made some good plays last year. He couldn't keep his feet in bounds though. My man was playing with college rules all season.
Yeah, right. Yep.
He better step up. I was hyped on him.
Don't
of course, we draft the one whack fucking receiver from LSU. Like, we got the only shit one.
He'll be good. He'll be good.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, sure.
Some things will never change.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's do some shout outs. Wrap this thing up, y'all.
Like,
shout out to you, fellows, man. It's good to be back. Y'all held it down. Y'all did a bang-out job, man. Made it fun. It was cool sitting on the other side of the screen and interacting with y'all. Great job to that. And Dale, I don't know if this is a shout out or some shade. What's up with these colors on these banners tonight, man?
Oh, this is matching up with the chop up tomorrow. That's what that is.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was a little Saints thing going on there.
No, not a Saints thing. We're matching up with the chop up. That's what we do it. Be sure to check out the chop up tomorrow. Well, we're going to be talking about a lot of foolishness.
All right.
Shout out to all you guys, man, tuning in tonight. Way to start off the week, man. We're on fire, and we continue to hopefully will have that fire in us as the week continues to roll, man. Got a bunch of shows coming up this week, man. Not only are we going to be here, but we might see a few other heads, man. I don't know, man. I'm just letting you know. If you can't see other heads besides us this week, then you know just let me know.
Might be a particular white man with us at some point. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Shout out to everybody who came through. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to Coach coming back, bro.
Shout out to Coach coming back, man. You know, Coach.
Flag, sorry.
No, it's all good. I realize every day that stretch. That it's hard. People think it's easy to do what you do. You know, it's not easy to do what you do. You know, it's not easy to, who think it is? to be in the camera, and I understand why some people are scared to come on camera and talk with us.
I know well why. I know exactly why they scared to come and talk to us. Man.
But no, man, you have raised my way far from the floor. Not only I've been, on screen for a long time, but in terms of like really like producing shows and getting shows together and break points, tip points. Me and Will arguing kind of how to time that out, debating and stuff like that. So
better.
You have, developed all that greatness in us to be able to manufacture that when you're not here. So, in all, it's fine to have you here, Dale. It's fine to have you here, Will. Fuck you. It's always good to have you here. Man, shout out to everybody here, everybody in the back. Shout out to man. Shout out to Jake.
What is this madness?
Shout out to my man Wu-Tang. Shout out to the guys, man, from Sports For You. You know what I'm saying? Doing their thing over here. Shout out to the podcast. Shout out to everybody, man.
Hey, yo, shout out to you, Coach. I think I want to point out, I don't know if y'all realize this, but me and Tuke did not argue really at all the whole time you was gone. The minute you came back.
Exactly.
So I'm the catalyst.
No, I just think we knew subconsciously that if you weren't here to rein us in, we wouldn't. So they couldn't
hitting the damn horn. Nobody listening to the damn horn.
I'm just interested that I was more interested at the golf thing. Now, if you say Brock, like I said, we can cause a debate on that all day. That's fun.
Yeah.
The golf situation, you ain't getting away from that. None of y'all, especially y'all Lions fans, y'all not getting away with that. He got away.
He good. He good. He just gotta keep getting advanced. Keep advancing.
Two be giving us the smoke behind them lines.
I do y'all no, especially you, Coach. You Cowboys fan. You over here. I wonder when the Lions play the Cowboys, you really gonna be rooting for. I watch out for you, dog.
How you know I'm rooting for? Let's not get carried away now.
He gonna be in there with a golf jersey under that Cowboys jersey.
I say this. He won't be a Lions fan. But
surprise! When they win.
I bet you he would never root for a Cowboys team they get. That's real.
Shout out to the game, man. Y'all great. I appreciate
Shout out to the Saints too. Shout out to Jamal Williams, man, on with his Macho Man impression the other day too.
Shout out to Dale too.
Jamal Williams is an entertaining guy. He can't play football, but he's entertaining as hell.
There's a few of those guys in the league. But yeah, shout out to Dale too, by the way. Held it down, sliding in for Coach when he could.
Dale's a mad scientist, man.
He is. He was doing crazy stuff. We even had a new opening today. I barely saw it. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, I was walking away. I was turning on something. I heard it like, hey, This is the start of season 3 for the Playcall sheet.
Allegedly.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I copy and paste stuff a lot. So that's what I do.
It's fire, it's dope, man. It's to the point. It gets you amped, not only to see us, but you know what I'm saying, just for future shows as well, man. Seeing how we can, keep this flowing and keep it flowing pretty good, man. We can't turn the water like Flint water, so we're gonna keep, continue the great streak.
Okay.
Sorry, Michigan. Throw you out there, man.
So, so no Khalib today, but it's gonna rhyme with it though. You ready, Dale?
Yes.
Let's go.
We doing this for Coach Lee.
Find this podcast and others on STWF TV, the Podcasting Network.